Travis Wing Goodsell. Well, on this morning's run, I witnessed a car theft. It's just too bad that the West Valley City Police decided to follow an unlicensed business to form a new unit with Officer Natalie Johansson in charge of that unit to take all of my complaints, all of my 911 calls, and funnel them to that business for disposition rather than having the police respond. Well done, Mayor Ron Bigelow. See what you caused. See what the consequences of what you have done when I came to you for help. There is a Utahn who is going to wake up in an hour or two, try to go to work, maybe, if they are able to work. And they're most likely going to be Mormon. And they won't have their small white four-door car. I'm not good with cars, never was. I took auto shop in high school as an elective just because it was going to be an easy A, as everybody told me it would. So yeah, I don't know how to describe cars and whatever. Hatchback, I didn't know what a hatchback was when I was asked by the cops 20 years ago when I called in something. But anyway, this is what happens. And so let's go to Matthew 13, starting in verse 24. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. When we go to Alma chapter 32, starting in verse 28, a seed is likened unto the word. So good seed, good word. How do we know it's good? Because he has previously planted this, sowed it on his field. He knows it's good. He planted it, produced the fruits, and then took that seed from the fruit and knows it's good, so he's planting it again for another season. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares. What are tares then? It's bad word. Be bad word. Be good word. Yes. Everybody thought she was a victim. And now we find out that nope, she's just like him. And so yes, lies, deceptions, half-truths, whatever you want to call them, have been sown among this good wheat that he has previously grown, knew was good, and then all of a sudden tares. And they looked the same and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. They look the same until it's fruit time. There's an interesting parable that Joseph Smith uses in section 101 of the Doctrine and Covenants. But I want to keep this video as short as possible. Remember the Anti-Vaxxer Movement? Parents had been getting vaccines. We knew getting vaccines was good. We gave them to our children as they were born. You guys went on missions for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You had to have certain other vaccinations if you went to a third world country. My brother went to Chile, for example, Santiago, Chile. He had to have extra vaccinations. I went to New York. Nah. I feel safe in New York City. Way to go, Ozzy. And, is it Ozzy? Oh, it's AC/DC, sorry. My bad. Ozzy doesn't do a New York song, I don't think. He does War Pigs, Iron Man, with Black Sabbath. And so, We know this as Mormons. And yet, while Mormons slept, our enemy came in and sowed the anti-vaxxer movement. And all of a sudden, Mormons are paranoid. I'm not getting my kids a shot. I'm having a newborn baby. I'm not giving them a vaccine. Seriously? What are the consequences? Your babies weren't getting vaccinated for measles. What was the consequence of not getting vaccinated for measles? Measles. For the first time, we'd eradicated it from the United States because of our vaccines at the hospitals for babies. And all of a sudden, cases of measles sprung up. This is how the enemy works. It's as old as time itself. Tale as old as time. As it can be. Get Ozzy to do a version of that. My first wife was unhappy when her I think it was aunt and uncle sang that for our wedding ceremony, or whatever it's called, the wedding feast. And she was going, wait a minute, you're the beauty, I'm the beast. I'm the beast. Anyway. And so, yes, the word of the anti-vaxxers caused measles because people were listening to the tares that had been sown in their heads when they knew what good seed was, what the truth was. They let the enemy cause misinformation and disinformation. That's the oldest play in the book, and you guys who followed that fell for it. Because when you have an enemy, that's the first thing you do. You divide in order to conquer, and you get them to divide rather than you going in and dividing. Because the art of war makes it very clear you have better outcomes when your people don't die. And so now we've got coronavirus. They've already set us up for anti-vaxxing. Now we have Mormons who are anti-mask. We've never had this in our lifetime. They already set the seeds of tares in the United States. Set out false flags, false words. They've now called themselves QAnon. They come right out and say, QAnon. Now you know. Are you Q? They are tares. They are not wheat. They are not good. And you fall for them because you fell for the previous misinformation. We've been deceived with commercials. Seriously? Part of a balanced and nutritional breakfast? You have to have the balanced nutritional breakfast along with the cereal? Seriously? People fall for it. Lucky Charms is good, though. I like Lucky Charms. It's my birthday thing. So, it's other cereals that I don't like. You know, like that granola. Ugh. That's part of a balanced nutritional breakfast. And I'd rather eat the balanced nutritional breakfast than granola. But, yeah, we've been lied to. Medical doctors haven't. They have a Hippocratic oath to do no harm. And so they were telling our government leaders, don't let this get out of hand. Don't let it escalate. Shut down everything immediately. Send everybody home immediately. Don't worry about the economy. Figure out some other way to get people food and sanitation and such. They didn't listen. Herbert didn't listen. And now we have problems where said, oh, we're opening up businesses. He opens up businesses, people get sick. Some businesses are closing because they open when Herbert said they can open. Schools, Pleasant Grove just closed the other day. A school closed with kids. Again, why do we vaccinate babies? Why do we vaccinate them as babies? Because as babies, they are more susceptible to getting sick and dying. SIDS, sudden instant death syndrome. We don't want babies to die, so we protect them. We bundle them up when we go outside in the cold. We cover their eyes when they are out in the sun. We keep them from touching the oven. We protect them because in their infant state, they're more vulnerable and susceptible to death if we as parents don't provide them with safety. And so with children, you have to build up an immunity over lifetime. I don't remember the last time I threw up a lung. I remember as a kid, but I don't remember the last time I actually got sick. As a child, I got sick constantly. I remember kneeling over a toilet, hacking up a lung. I thought I was going to die. But I survived. My mom gave me 7-Up. And I went on, and I don't remember the last time I've been sick. I had a kidney infection, but that was from something else. And so these things, we need to understand, we're supposed to shut things down. An enemy has come in and deceived us. Oh, it's all a hoax. Oh, it'll go away by summer. Oh, yeah, children won't. No harm to children. Oh, blacks aren't getting it. All the lies, all the tares that were sown amongst us, and they just keep on going now because they know they've got an audience. They know they have believers, despite the consequences of believing the lies, which is death. Now they're talking about herd immunity. Do you understand that herd immunity means an acceptable loss of human life? And they're claiming that people automatically get an immune system. We've already seen the doctors saying people are getting reinfected. There is no immunity. They keep saying, oh, well, we're going to have a vaccine just in time for the election. Every state, CDC now, or was it the White House? Somebody is sending out notifications. Have your state ready to receive the vaccine on the 1st of November. That's a lie. We were told from the beginning, the process by which you develop a vaccine takes years, because you have to do certain stages and testing, and it takes time. They lied to you. They deceived you. Herbert fell for it and is responsible for the murders of Utahns. Nelson is a medical doctor. He fell for it. Or did he do it on purpose? Did he do harm as a medical doctor, violating his Hippocratic oath? He knows. And yet churches are open, temples are open, businesses for the church are open, missions are back in operation, and we're in the red. We tested red yesterday for our stats. And that's despite the state covering up the positive tests at our schools, which shut down Pleasant Grove, which Tooele parents were not told that kids were sick at the school where their kids go to school. They're covering up the information. What does section 121 talk about covering up things? You Mormons have had the good word. Why are you listening to the tares all of a sudden? Why are you refusing to do what's necessary to protect yourself? Moses told the house of Israel, stay home until this Passover. These are the latter days, Mormons. This is what our name of the church is all about. An enemy has come among us. They're trying to destroy us. Who's the wise and who's the foolish virgins?